is a pretty neat design CA came out with now. They have this thing that actually bends in half now. So for the lowered cars, car's not even lowered yet.
What's up, everybody? Your boy J Max. So I might as well share this story. On my way to work, drove around the block, probably like 2 blocks away from my house, and my car started bogging. Not crazy bogging, but it bogged like a couple of times. So I didn't pay any attention. I turned on to a main street, and the car just went cut off on me and wouldn't start. It cranked. So I like, what the fuck? So this thing started, I cranked it, cranked, and then nothing happened. So I'm confused to why this happened, because the car was running fine just the day before. And we worked on it just on the weekend. As y'all remember, one of my pulls, the car works fine, it pulls hard, everything was fine, no issues. To myself now, I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe it's the mass airflow sensor. I don't know why. I just, because at that point, I don't know anything about electrical, and I was shooting in the dark. So, left the car in the street, walked home, it probably, a kilometer or 2 away that I made it, grabbed my toolbox, grabbed my spare ignition coils that I have, and my mass airflow sensor with mass airflow sensor cleaner, all that nonsense. Grabbed it, got back to the car, switch the mass airflow sensor first thing. Try starting the car won't start. I'm like, okay, this seems to be something bigger. Now, my first assumption was the motor is done. I attempted to check to see if there was any, if there's a problem with the fuel. I don't know how to diagnose fuel. I know to diagnose spark. I opened out the ignition coils, pulled the spark plug, it seemed fine, and I was lost. Called CA because I needed to get the car to a certified mechanic to try and troubleshoot the problem. Got to the mechanic was closed, unfortunately, so I'm standing there and wondering what to do. I open up a thread on my 6th gen. Y'all go check out that page, man, for the 6th gen Max, any Maxima. They have my 5th gen, my 4th gen, my 3rd gen, all the gens. They have a forum, like a Facebook page that got a lot of guys in there. They probably went through the same problem. Guys started ruling out, if it's spark, check this, check that. And one guy in particular said, maybe you should go look at the fuse, which I did. I went into the car and I checked all the fuses here. There seemed to be no problem. So, with that being ruled out, I went into the fuse here, the fuse panel, and I checked all the fuse here. All of them seem to be fine. Now, for the Maximas, I'm not sure about the rest. There's another thing here. I tried checking all the. I don't know if my camera could zoom in all on that. I'm not sure which one it is that I pulled out, but one of them had a partial burning to it. Like, it was broken partially. It was connected somewhat, but it was broken. I replaced that, started the car up, and the car worked fine. So I'm not sure to why is it this thing blew out like that, but I got to get the car probably diagnosed. I'm gonna start looking into my 07 motor and basically go from there. So I gotta start looking into that motor faster than I basically estimated. I really didn't expect to buy that motor anytime soon, but unfortunately how it looks is that I may need a motor before this one blows up. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get that motor in progress, because I can't go through any more problems with this thing. Like I lost a couple of hours of work because the car this was an issue. I look at it as I just learned something. I learned that if this issue was to happen again, I know exactly where to go. And I look at it on the bright side as basically I wasn't supposed to be a certain place at a certain time. That's, you know, I want to look at it on a good side. The car had no issues, and I went to the mechanic. I didn't even have to pay him to diagnose it. To diagnose, it could have charged. He could have charged me hours upon hours, or he probably couldn't have found it in a day. So, you know, the good thing about it is that I had a group of guys who, you know, had a little bit of experience, you know, suggested certain things, helped me out, and it didn't charge me a dime. The fuse is probably like 5 cents. I had fuse inside of my fuse box, and she's back up and running. But again, I can't really take the chances now because the motor doesn't seem to be reliable anymore. It could cap out on me at any time, but I want to make sure that if it does, I have the motor in place to basically to swap it out whenever that happens. So I thought I'd make this video. You know, it may help, you know, one person. If it does, you know, you having these type of symptoms where the car is cranking, you got to rule out certain things. Check your fuse. Anyways, so I hope this video helped out at least one person because it definitely taught me something. And I see y'all in the next video, man. Your boy J Max signing out.